Hello everyone, a big warm welcome to our launch event. My name is Manu Jain. I'm a global VP with Xiaomi and I lead Xiaomi's business in India. July is a very special month for us. This marks our 5th year anniversary. So yes, Xiaomi started its business in India in July 2014. And in a short period of 5 years, we have become the most loved technology brand in the country. Today, we are the #1 smartphone brand for last 7 consecutive quarters with 30% market share. We are also the #1 smart TV brand for last 4 quarters with about 39% market share. We are the #1 wearable brand with about 40% market share. And we are also the largest power bank brand in the country. Even in after-sales service, we have been rated as the best brand in 2018 and again in 2019. And from quality perspective, our field failure rate, which denotes the quality of devices, is the lowest amongst all the top 5 brands in India. So yes, we're also the highest quality brand amongst all the key brands within the country. These last 5 years wouldn't have been possible without the support of all our Mi fans. So I want to thank each one of you for your love towards Xiaomi. India is a very unique country where we have hundreds of millions of people still using a basic phone. All of them want to move to a smartphone experience. And for that to happen, they need a good spec, good quality, accessible smartphone, and they need good data connections which are affordable. 2 years ago, we started a new smartphone revolution when we introduced Redmi 4A. And this was succeeded by Redmi 5A and Redmi 6A. In just 2 years, from March 2017 till April 2019, we have sold a whopping 23.6 million units of Redmi 4A, 5A and 6A. 23.6 million units in just 24 months. This means we have sold approximately 1 million units every single month. Now, 23.6 million is almost equivalent to the entire population of Australia. In $75 to $100 price segment, which is approximately 5,000 to 7,000 rupees, Redmi 5A and 6A had about 48% market share. Which means, if there are 2 people who bought an entry-level smartphone, 1 out of 2 trusted a Redmi 5A or 6A. And not just in India, but these phones have been very popular across the world. In fact, both Redmi 5A and 6A have been the #1 selling Android phone globally. There's a myth that most of the first-time users are looking for a low-spec, low-price phone. In fact, it's other way around. For most of these users, the only way to access internet is using their smartphones. And hence, their expectations are even higher. These users have 3 fundamental needs. First, they need a very powerful processor, which will allow them to do all their work on this one single device. Second, they need a big battery, which will last them at least 1 day, ideally 2 days. Third, they need a great multimedia experience. When they start using a smartphone, they get exposed to social media. They want to take pictures, they want to shoot videos, and post it across all these platforms. And hence, a great camera becomes a huge necessity for all these users. And today, we're launching a new smartphone which meets all 3 criteria. It has a very powerful processor, it has a huge battery, and an incredible camera. And we're calling this phone Redmi 7A, Smart Desh Ka Smartphone. And to talk more about this, let me call Anuj Sharma, who heads marketing at Xiaomi India.
Welcome guys. I am very excited to be talking about Smart Desh Ka smartphone, the Redmi 7A. Let's not waste any time, let's get straight into the product. Now the Redmi 7A is a really well-built device for all users and purposes. Pick one up and you will realize that it's built solid, it's easy to hold, and the overall unibody and matte finish gives it a great look too. And it comes in 3 amazing colors. So you have the matte blue, you have a matte gold and of course the classic matte black. The new Redmi 7A comes with a bright and beautiful 5.45-inch screen. It features a 18:9 HD Plus full screen display that gives you incredible viewing angles. We have engineered the Redmi 7A to the next level. It features an all-new 12nm Qualcomm Snapdragon 439 processor, and that processor is clocked at 2 GHz. This makes the Redmi 7A the first Redmi A series phone ever to feature an octa-core processor. In fact, this Qualcomm Snapdragon 439 is normally found in competition devices between 10,000 and 15,000 rupees. The Qualcomm Snapdragon 439 on the Redmi 7A easily outscores the P22 and A22 processors that we had used in our previous generation phones, namely the Redmi 6 and 6A. But not just that, even when you look at current competition devices such as the Samsung Galaxy M10 or even the Nokia 2.2, it is more powerful by almost about 15 to 20%. If you look at the Antutu benchmark scores for the same, you will see a similar advantage coming through across the board. Now, talking about processors, let's talk about image processing. We all love taking photographs and creating videos. And this is why we have upgraded the India version of 7A with a Sony IMX486 sensor. No other smartphone brand gives you a Sony sensor, let alone 486 in this price band. In fact, some of our Mi fans would recognize this as the same sensor from more camera-centric devices such as the Mi A2 or even the Redmi Note 7. The 12-megapixel Sony IMX486 sensor on the 7A takes beautiful pictures, indoor or outdoor, in low light or sunlight. But not just that, we've been getting great feedback from Mi fans on AI scene detection on the Redmi Note series. I'm very happy to share that pretty soon on the Redmi 7A, you will be able to enjoy AI scene detection. It will be coming soon through an OTA update. Instead of me telling you how great the 7A cameras are, why don't you take a look at the results yourself? We've compared 7A's cameras with Samsung M10 and Nokia 2.2. Now the results that you see are straight out of the phone, no artificial light or no filters used at all. Now the first image that we want to look at is an outdoor shot. Now this was taken during broad daylight, and here you can clearly see the difference in the camera quality between the three devices. Now this is an outdoor shot of a plant nursery. As you can clearly see on the 7A, the picture is vibrant and colors accurate, especially as this is harsh sunlight in the background while shaded in the front. Even the colored pots are captured perfectly. However, when you move to the Nokia 2.2, you can clearly see it struggles with handling the harsh light and throws some color off, especially when you look at the pots. The Samsung M10's image is completely washed out in the same scenario. This comparison clearly shows the power of the Sony IMX486. As you saw, the difference is huge when you have the 7A with Sony IMX486. But what happens when the light conditions are not the best? Let's take a look at another comparison where it's all indoor lighting and it's dark. Take a look at this picture shot inside a restaurant. Now here again, the Redmi 7A easily handles the challenge of showing the right color as well as getting the exposure right. Even if you look at the back, the red colored pipes are captured well. Both Nokia 2.2 and the Samsung M10 struggle to get this color right and sometimes even miss the background completely. Now moving on to the next big upgrade on the Redmi 7A. For the first time ever on a Redmi A series, we have incorporated a massive high-capacity battery of 4000 mAh. Now this battery is 33% larger than the Redmi 6A, and it gives you incredible results. Results like a 17-day standby time or 198 hours of music playback time. You have a HD screen, you get 17 hours of HD video playback. And for those who like to make long calls, you have 30 hours of 4G VoLTE calling. all on the 7A's battery. And if you compare the 7A's battery with competition, the Samsung M10 has only 3400 mAh, while the Nokia 2.2 has 3000 mAh. Both these batteries are much smaller than the 7A's massive 4000 mAh battery. Apart from 3 gorgeous colors, you also have 2 storage variants with the Redmi 7A. One is 2 GB RAM with 16 GB storage, and the second one is 2 GB RAM with 32 GB of storage. And that's not all. The Redmi 7A also features a dedicated micro SD card slot. And using that card slot, you can add up to 256 GB of additional storage. Pretty cool, huh? So while you have all the storage on the 7A, there's one source of music that millions of us love that does not need any storage at all. And that is FM radio. And now with the 7A, you don't need an external antenna as well. Yes, for the first time ever on the Redmi A series, we've integrated the FM antenna within the device, so you can always listen to your favorite FM stations effortlessly. At Xiaomi, we have the highest focus on quality. And like all other products, with Redmi 7A, it sets a new benchmark in terms of quality on a device. Not just a strong and durable build, but the 7A, for the first time ever on the Redmi A series, brings in a splash-proof design. Now this is super important with the monsoons approaching. So even during rains, the Redmi 7A will not let you down. Now let's test the splash-proof design on the Redmi 7A by pouring some water. I'm just gonna wipe it down. As you can see, still working perfectly. You also don't need to worry about dropping your phone. The Redmi 7A comes with reinforced corners that easily handle all your daily slips and falls. Now we're going to do a durability test of the Redmi 7A by dropping it from my shoulder height. Let's see how it does. As you can see, nothing happened. Another cool feature that we've included is AI Face Unlock. Just look at the Redmi 7A and it unlocks instantly. Now you've heard all of these amazing features about the Smart Desh ka smartphone Redmi 7A. And to summarize it all, back to Manu.
Thank you so much, Anuj. So that's Redmi 7A for all of you guys. It comes with super powerful Snapdragon 439 processor clocked at 2 GHz. It has an incredible 12 megapixel camera with Sony IMX486 sensor, a huge 4000 mAh battery which can last for 2 days, 5.45 inch HD plus full screen display, and it has a lot of unique features such as wireless FM radio. Redmi 7A is the best device in its price segment when compared to competition devices such as Samsung Galaxy M10 and recently launched Nokia 2.2. Redmi 7A has the super powerful Snapdragon 439 processor as compared to Exynos 7870 on M10 and MediaTek 822 on Nokia 2.2. And Redmi 7A with Snapdragon 439 is significantly faster than both these devices. Exynos 7870 is a 3 to 4 year old processor and MediaTek 822 on Nokia 2.2 is the same processor that we were using on Redmi 6A. Both Samsung M10 and Nokia 2.2 come with 3000 to 3500 mAh batteries, which are significantly smaller than the 4000 mAh battery on Redmi 7A. And of course, Redmi 7A comes with Sony IMX486 camera sensor, which means it is going to be the best camera phone under 10,000 rupees. At Xiaomi, we not only believe in providing you the best specs, but also the highest quality and honest price. Redmi 7A is one of the highest quality devices in India right now. It is a splash-proof phone. It comes with a dust-proof mesh around the speakers. It has a pyrolytic graphite sheet, which ensures it doesn't heat up. And it comes with reinforced corners, so that even if you drop your phone by mistake, you can be assured that nothing will happen to your Redmi 7A. And now my favorite part. all the phones of Redmi 7A sold in India will be made here in India. And not just the phones, but also a large number of components. In fact, around 65% of the value of the phone is either locally sourced or locally manufactured here in the country. In fact, we are so sure about our build quality that for the first time ever, with Redmi 7A, we are doubling our warranty from 1 year to 2 years. So what should be the honest price of Redmi 7A? As Anuj mentioned, we are launching two different variants, 2GB RAM, 16GB storage, and 2GB RAM, 32GB storage. And the honest price of Redmi 7A 2GB, 16GB variant is rupees 5,999 only. And the 2GB, 32GB variant is being launched at 6,199 only. As you know, July is a very special month for all of us at Xiaomi India. This marks the 5th year anniversary of us starting here in the country. Now we want to thank all our Mi fans who have loved us, who have supported us. Thanks to all of you guys, we became the #1 brand within 3 years of our India launch. And we have been the single largest brand for almost last 2 years. As a token of appreciation, we are going to do something special for all our Mi fans. We are going to give back rupees 200 to everyone who buys a Redmi 7 during the month of July. So yes, this means the new price of Redmi 7A is going to be only rupees 5,799 for the 2GB, 16GB variant